Have you ever wondered who holds the keys to Iraq's economic future? It's not just about oil fields or political negotiations. At the very heart of the nation's financial system is a powerful institution, the Central Bank of Iraq, or CBI. Its decisions affect everything from the price of bread in Baghdad to the value of the Iraqi dinar in your pocket. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the CBI, exploring its crucial role, its boldest moves, and what its actions mean for the future of Iraq's economy. The modern Central Bank of Iraq was born from the ashes of conflict. Re-established in 2004, its mission was clear: bring stability to a shattered economy. Governed by a law granting it full independence, the CBI has 5 core goals. Keep prices stable, implement smart monetary policy, ensure the financial system doesn't collapse, manage Iraq's vast foreign exchange reserves, and keep a watchful eye on the country's banks. This independence is everything. Why? Because Iraq's economy is almost entirely fueled by oil. Over 90% of government revenue comes from it. When global oil prices swing wildly, it's the CBI's job to act as a shock absorber, using its monetary tools to prevent the entire country from feeling the whiplash. Now, let's talk about the one thing everyone seems to be watching: the value of the Iraqi dinar. The CBI's management of the dinar's exchange rate is perhaps its most high-profile and debated responsibility. It doesn't just let the currency float freely. Instead, it uses a managed float system. The centerpiece of this system is the foreign currency auction. Here, authorized banks can buy US dollars directly from the central bank. These dollars are then used to pay for imports, facilitate trade, and keep the economy running. The goal is to provide a stable and predictable exchange rate. But this system hasn't been without its problems. For years, critics pointed to it as a channel for corruption and dollar smuggling, where money was illegally funneled out of the country. In response, the CBI has been cracking down, and hard. In 2023 and 2024, in close cooperation with the U.S. Federal Reserve and Treasury Department, it rolled out a series of tough new measures. The goal was to stop the misuse of dollar transfers and bring Iraq's banking system in line with international anti-money laundering standards. This meant stricter screening of every single transaction. Initially, this caused some chaos. Dollar shortages appeared, and the gap between the official exchange rate and the black market rate widened significantly. But the long-term vision was clear: create a transparent, compliant, and trustworthy financial system. It was a painful but necessary step toward cleaning up the flow of money. Beyond the dinar's value, the CBI is also fighting another critical battle: the war on inflation. In a country that has faced war, political instability, and supply chain disruptions, keeping prices stable is a monumental task. The CBI has several tools in its arsenal. It can adjust interest rates to either encourage or discourage borrowing and spending. It can change reserve requirements, forcing commercial banks to hold more cash and lend out less. And it can inject or withdraw liquidity from the market to ensure there's just enough cash circulating, but not so much that it fuels inflation. We saw this in action during the double crisis of 2020. The global pandemic and a collapse in oil prices hit Iraq as revenues hard. The government was forced to borrow heavily from the CBI, sparking fears of hyperinflation and a currency collapse. In a difficult but decisive move in December 2020, the CBI devalued the dinar by about 23%. The official rate went from around 1,182 to 1,460 dinars per US dollar. For ordinary Iraqis, this meant their purchasing power dropped overnight. It was a tough pill to swallow, but it was deemed necessary to stabilize the government's finances and protect the country's precious foreign reserves from being depleted. In recent years, the CBI has shifted its focus from crisis management to future building, launching an ambitious modernization agenda. Iraq has historically been a cash-heavy society, which makes transactions opaque and inconvenient. To change this, the CBI is championing a digital revolution. It's pushing banks to adopt e-payment systems, mobile banking apps, and point-of-sale terminals. The goal is to reduce dependency on physical cash and improve financial transparency. At the same time, it's strengthening the entire banking sector. The CBI has tightened licensing requirements for new banks, stepped up compliance monitoring, and adopted international standards like Basel III to ensure banks are well capitalized and managing their risks properly. But perhaps the most important part of this modernization effort is financial inclusion. Millions of Iraqis, especially in rural areas, don't have a bank account. They're completely outside the formal financial system. The CBI is working with local and international partners to change that, bringing essential financial services to underserved communities. It's also laying the groundwork for a truly digital future, with plans for a digital Iraqi dinar and a national payment gateway. These aren't just small tweaks. They are fundamental reforms designed to transform Iraq's financial system from one seen as outdated and opaque to one that is modern, credible, and connected to the global economy. Because Iraq's economy is so dependent on oil, the CBI often has to act as the ultimate stabilizer. If oil prices drop or the government budget is delayed, a liquidity crisis can quickly unfold. When this happens, all eyes turn to the CBI to restore confidence. For example, throughout 2023 and 2024, as the new US dollar regulations put pressure on the dinar, the CBI stepped in. It increased its sales of foreign currency to meet legitimate demand for trade while simultaneously blocking suspicious transfers. This helped calm the market and prevent a free fall of the dinar's value. One of the CBI's greatest strengths in this role is its massive stockpile of foreign reserves. By 2024, Iraq's reserves had soared to over $100 billion, one of the highest levels in its history. This isn't just a number on a balance sheet. It's a powerful defense mechanism. This buffer allows the CBI to defend the dinar against speculators, ensure that essential goods like food and medicine can always be imported, and provide a backstop for the entire economy during times of uncertainty. Of course, the CBI doesn't operate in a vacuum. Although it's legally independent, it has to work closely with the government, especially the Ministry of Finance. This partnership is a delicate balancing act. The CBI often finances government debt by buying treasury bills, but it has to be careful not to print too much money, which would trigger inflation. There have been times when political pressure has threatened the CBI's independence. However, the recent leadership under Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani and CBI Governor Ali Mohsen al-Alak has emphasized a spirit of cooperation. Their shared goal is to strengthen the dinar, rebuild international trust, and create an environment that attracts foreign investment, all while respecting the central bank's autonomy. So, what does the future hold? As we look toward 2025 and beyond, the CBI faces a clear set of challenges and opportunities. Its top priority will be to continue closing the gap between the official and parallel market exchange rates, creating one unified and stable value for the dinar. It will need to continue managing the demand for US dollars under the new, stricter international rules. More broadly, the CBI will play a vital role in supporting the government's long-term vision of diversifying the economy away from oil. Expanding digital finance and bringing more Iraqis into the banking system will be key to this transformation. All of this must be done while navigating regional instability and global economic shifts. The CBI's success will hinge on its ability to balance bold reform with steady stability. In conclusion, the Central Bank of Iraq is far more than just a bank. It is the guardian of the nation's monetary stability and economic credibility. From its daily currency auctions to its long-term modernization strategies, the CBI's actions have a profound impact on every single Iraqi. While the road ahead is filled with challenges like fighting corruption and integrating with the global financial system, the CBI's current path points toward a future of greater transparency, resilience, and prosperity. For anyone watching Iraq, understanding the CBI isn't just an option. It's the key to understanding where the country is headed next. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive. We'll see you in the next video.